Hey, Facebook. Hopefully you're seeing us. I'm going to check online really quickly to see if we are broadcasting before we talk to our guest, Patrick, today, whom hopefully you're seeing on screen. But I'm going to look over here just to make sure that we're actually broadcasting because I would hate to have to repeat it all. Hey, look, there we are. All right, cool. We're on. Patrick, how you doing today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Now, this is a true story. Okay. And before I tell you the story, let me type this into the comments so people know that they can ask questions. Feel free to ask any questions of Patrick. I'll put a side note in here, including word math problems. If you'd like. Oh, don't shake your head. No, you're on the spot now, Patrick. You got to answer.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you a true story. This is an absolutely true story, and I didn't make the connection. I knew we had this interview scheduled, and for some reason my brain just burped. I didn't even get it yesterday. But my daughter calls me, remote learning. She's with her mother, so she's far away from me, but she wants help with her math. And math has always been my strong point. I can do quick math, like multiplication tables and all that kind of stuff. I mean, for some reason, it always came really easy to me.
Right.
Of course, when they started throwing letters and I got trigonometry, I quit. But but she had a word problem. Like if Jake has this percentage after 4 tests, this is the 5th, has 2 more. What does he need to get on these last 2 tests? So it's an average, it's a means problem. And I think I should be able to do this. But I'm confused. I'm like, oh, let me get back to you. I'm a little busy right now, but I'll get back to you. So I hang up and I do what every good parent does. I Google it. And, in quotation marks, I put like the first sentence of this math word problem. And so a site comes up, I click it. It shows me a similar problem, almost exact. And it shows me the answer and I have to create an account. It just so happens that site was Brainly. And I'm like, and then I come to this interview today. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to Patrick from Brainly. And sure enough, I was just at your site yesterday trying to look smart for my daughter because you have this fantastic site. Let's break this down. Parents are already stressed out. It's been a year of pandemic. It's been a year. The kids from working from home or learning from home have is it me? Because my daughter is struggling in math. It's the lowest grade she has right now. We're bordering on passing here. I mean, she's really struggling with math. Has it been shown that this is common across the country? Is this the thing that people are hurting the most with this remote learning is math?
It seems to be. It's not even just the remote learning. It's in general. I think math is the subject that people really struggle the most with. It's not as dynamic as some of the other subjects, at least seemingly could be. Once you get into math, and if you are somebody good at math, like yourself, I am not. Once you get into it, you can see how dynamic it can be, and all the applications, and where math is everywhere. But besides that, though, it's hard to get kids to struggle. Brainly did a survey about the subjects. I wish I had the information in front of me right now, but math was the one that they had the kids had the most time struggling with. The hardest time to really kind of dive into. And like you, as a math person yourself, it's great that you can help your kids, because when they come to me with math problems, I'm completely lost. I mean, I gave up I think after 8th grade. I was just not finished trying to get through math. So having Brainly around for it it's really pretty awesome.
And math is also one of those things that I'm sure there's a word for this, like incremental or compounding or whatever. But I mean, it really builds on itself. So if you struggle, say in 5th grade, where my daughter is, and can't do well or just can't seem to grasp it, in 6th grade, they're going to build on what you learned in 5th grade. So if you didn't have that, then the problem is kind of just compounded. I mean, basically that's where people throw their hands up and say, you know what? I hate math.
Exactly. Yeah. This is something I literally say this to my kids. I'm like, I know it's hard for you to grasp right now, but if you don't do this, it's really going to affect 12th grade. And I'm talking to a 6th grader, and he does it's hard to put that together, but from a parent experience, that's what I'm trying to relay to them. But yeah, it does build on itself, and you can fall behind so quickly just by missing out on a little chunk of it. So that's why with like COVID, and not having that one-on-one interaction with the teacher, it's going to be tough for a lot of kids to get back into math and really keep rolling and succeeding with math because of what they may have lost in education this past year because of it, because of COVID.
And it's one of those, like I have a 4-year-old as well, and she's writing her numbers now and she's doing simple math problems and she's loving it and getting into it. And I am one of those parents that did like to take everyday life and kind of been like, oh, she really likes that pink thing over there. Well, how many pink things are over there? And if you add in the orange ones, you always have those opportunities to do that.
Right.
A little bit of math in there. But honestly, besides getting a tutor, which good luck finding one of those if you need one. How can we help our kids? And at what age levels does Brainly help? Because I mean, obviously, you had this 5th grade question there. Tell us about Brainly.
Sure. So for people who don't know, Brainly is the best way to describe it is essentially it's like an online study group for kids, generally junior high all the way through high school.
Okay.
That they can go on. If they're struggling in a subject, they can type in a question, say, hey, this is what I'm working in. And it could be math, it could be English, history, literally any subject they're working on. And kids their age from all around the world will then get on and assist your child or your student to help them to find a path to the solution. It's not just an answer farm by any means. They have subject matter experts to make sure that the help that's being given is correct, that the kids are actually helping each other the right way, also to make sure that there's no trolls around or anything like that. But it's just a great way for the kids to learn because they learn from kids their age, which, I'm not going to be able to teach my 14-year-old daughter quite the same as somebody who has the knowledge who's her age. They speak her language and they can really make it real for them. So it's just a wonderful online community and especially for like a parent like myself who's just bad at math in general. And I mean, I was struggling with trying to describe dividing and multiplying decimals the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Fractions. See, I don't even know the term.
Fractions.
The other day with my son, I lost. I was like, I tried to help him for like 20 minutes and I said, go on, Brainly, get onto your account. See, have some a child in Romania help you out because right now I am struggling with it myself. So.
Well, you may joke a little bit by saying a child in Romania, but it really is a global thing. I mean, anybody can hop onto the internet and help each other out. I like a couple of things that you said that I want to bring attention to. One, it's not an answer farm. Okay, it's not one of those. Oh, I need an answer to this quiz question. I'll just go to Brainly. It'll give me the answer and then I'll be done. Because you didn't really learn anything there. And the other thing is, I love the fact that they're learning or studying, discussing these problems, math problems with other kids. Yeah. Because when I learned how to do subtraction and multiplication, they've changed how they do that now. They've changed Common Core or whatever you want to call it, what they're doing. How they're teaching it. So the way that I could show her to do it, while it could be right, isn't going to be the way that all of the other kids are doing it.
Precisely. Yeah. That's what I say to everybody every time. I'm like, I can probably show you what to do here. I was like, but it's not going to be along with what you're doing nowadays. And that's the unfortunate truth. I don't know what the Common Core is. And I was an educator. I didn't teach math, but I used to be a teacher in Brooklyn, in New York for a while. And this is before Common Core. So even if I tried to transition now from there, it just wouldn't work out because it's not the same learning. It's not the same process. And that's, again, if they don't learn the process correctly, the processes down the road are going to be different and they're just going to be a little bit more lost that way. So yeah, it is great to have somebody their age help them and try and get them through it. And on the other side of that, when other kids are helping the other kids, it just reinforces the learning that they already have. So, one of the best ways to learn something is to teach it to somebody else. And if the kids are teaching each other, it's just making that knowledge that much stronger in their own brain and, getting a better understanding of the problems and, how to get to those solutions.
Well, I do want to get back to Brainly. I'm going to step away from the website just for a second, but I do want to come back to it so people can know that they have that resource available for their children. What can we do though without going online? What can we do to help our kids stay up with math as parents, even when we're not math people?
Right.
What can we do?
What you said a few minutes ago, I also have a 4-year-old, and I try to instill some of that, like that early learning like make it applicable to the real world, and try to make it cool. Like my son was saying something. He's like, I forget what it was. We were in the car the other day, but when it turned into a small math problem, like what is 2 + 2? It's 4. Isn't that cool? Look what math can do. You add and then you can take them away too. So getting that kind of that real world interaction with math and showing how math is in everything all day long, that can go a long way. It's awesome that you start if you start early. But even the kids when they're a bit older, that's when they really start questioning, when am I ever going to use this? I think we remember saying that in
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
In Mr. DeFino's class, being like, I'm never going to use this, but sure enough, down the line, it's like, dang it, I am going to use it. Mr. DeFino is right. So getting them to learn to understand that it is beyond just the classroom, it's great. But also, if you can make games out of it, there are games, the mathematical based games, like Yahtzee and Monopoly and all that. It's, low key math, but it is math problems that you need to get through. So if you could find a way to gamify just about anything, that'll help you as a parent and help them as a student.
Have you heard of the game Tenzi?
Tenzi, no.
Okay, let me give you a recommendation then, because Tenzi, we had a guest on our show I think last year. They created a game, but it's 4 sets of 10 dice, and there are many different ways that you basically the game is played by just rolling until you get all 10 of the same number and you get Tenzi. But there's so many different ways you can do that. You can do the math where you have to have 3 sets or 5 sets of 7s, whatever adds up to 7 and stuff like that. So we've been working a lot of math into our Tenzi games lately.
That's awesome.
But you said to work it into real life, so I actually have a math problem for you. Maybe you can answer this, because my daughter couldn't. I know, but I think you'll know the answer. The word problem is, I've asked you to get ready for bed 3 times. If I ask you one more time, how many days will you be grounded? Can you answer that question? You like that one? I just came up with that. I thought that'd be a good math problem for that.
That's excellent. I'm going to use that if you don't.
So when it comes to that, you're saying use everyday life, but the website, I mean, I think there's an age limitation for that. I think when you get up to like 9, 10, 11 years old, working that math into everyday life can seem a little bit more difficult, because you're talking about fractions, you're talking about decimal points. I mean, sure, you can use money for that. So that's really where Brainly can come in. You say it's a study group. Do people have to join? Is there a membership? Can teachers and educators join as well as parents, or is it just for the kids?
No, absolutely. Parents and teachers can join, and they do that to monitor and help out. It's free for everybody, so anybody can join, create their own account. If you went to Brainly and you had a problem, you can look up the question, and then there might be questions like you saw that were similar to the ones that you threw out there that had already been answered, and that can help you to get through, find those solutions, and find the ways and the different methods for getting through to it. But yeah, it's free for any student to join. Any teacher can join for free, and the parents can also join to moderate and make sure that they're watching their kids, and that the answers they're getting are correct. So yeah, it's free. Anybody can jump onto it. There's different levels of membership too.
Okay.
People, once they are using it for a long time, they're recognized as somebody who's really been helpful to the community. They can then join and they can become moderators themselves and start helping out other people who are on the site as well. So it's really great because it is open to just about everybody. But yeah.
When you go to the site, so I'm thinking, I'm trying to put this into a personal, and we got the link up, by the way, just so you know. You can check out the article provided by Brainly on how to instill a love of math for your child. The link's right there in the comments section. When it comes to, she has a problem that she needs answered, I can go to Brainly. That's cool. And kids helping kids, also cool. Is it like that where you're just going in to look for a specific problem, or say in my case, somebody's really struggling with where they're at in 5th grade? Is there a tutorial? Is there a way for people to go just by themselves and do drills or to do any type of tutoring on that site? Or is it specifically just kids helping kids with certain problems?
There are other aspects to the site where you can get in there, and there's gamification to certain subjects. So depending on what it is, you can get in there and probably find some sort of help in there. It's to kind of strengthen the learning that you have. But one of the best ways to do that, like I mentioned before, is teaching other kids. So if they are struggling with a certain aspect of it, it's always good for them to maybe go back and help out other kids with things that they already know, to reinforce the old learning, and then maybe build them back up to the spot where they are excelling in the subject area where they were maybe struggling.
I am going to bring the screen up now, if you don't mind. I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try and show people what this is all about. But I have to get through this little onboarding thing that we have. There we go. So let me share the screen really quickly and see if we can't show folks what this looks like. There we go. We're going to share this window right there. Let's see if it works. I don't know if that's showing up or not. Let me try again. Technology and me.
You should go to Brainly. Ask somebody else.
Well, I'm not sure if it's showing up or not, because oh, here it is, showing stream. There we go. There we go. So here's a look at the website, and this is what I love about it, because if I had looked first before I had spoken, it's broken down by subjects, and it's not just math. We're talking math today because math is where a lot of our kids are struggling, but history, English, biology, chemistry, social studies, physics in there, even foreign languages are in there too. And you'll see that you can pair this with your kid. So how does that work? Pairing the account, parent to child.
Well, you basically, like it says, you just pair it on there, so you can kind of monitor what it is your kids are going in for. And it's really great, because then you're able to actually look and see maybe where they are struggling. And maybe it's something they didn't bring it up to you because they were just working on it. But then you're able to watch and say, wow, like Joseph's really, he asked a bunch of questions about grammar this week. Maybe I should jump in there and, help him out a little bit and get him a little bit more involved, so that as a parent, we're able to look and see, like, okay, now I understand where they're struggling. Because on here, it's a social feel to it, and social aspects. So the kids are maybe a little more open to being like, hey, I also don't know this subject. Like, they're talking to kids their age, so it makes it more open for them to be able to speak that way. So as a parent, you just sync up your account with your kid's account, and you're able to go on and monitor what they're doing, who's answering their questions, all that kind of stuff. And so it really gives you a lot of visibility to what's going on there. There's nothing on Brainly that's below the boards. There's nothing that's like private in those senses. You're always able to get on there and make sure that your kids are safe, because everybody wants their kids.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that was my next question, Patrick. I'm glad you brought that up, which is
exactly.
which is the safety of our kids online. Obviously, this is a great resource, but it doesn't need to be a hunting ground for bad people. So it's one of the where you can keep people safe. It says try it free for 7 days on the site, and it says start free trial. You say the site is free. Is there a cost eventually after those 7 days?
No, it's just there's ads that are run on there. They're all like age appropriate ads and that kind of stuff. So there are different levels of the site that you can have, but it is free for all students. Any teachers, it's free. I'd have to check and see if there's pricing for the parents.
Sure.
I should have had that in the back of my head.
Want to make sure I don't want anybody coming back to me and saying, "Hey, they want $20." I'm like, well, I gotta make sure.
I'll double check on that and maybe comments later. But yeah.
All right.
It's free, and for any school districts, they can use it. And teachers is also definitely free.
Excellent, Patrick. Thank you so much for the time today and for introducing us to Brainly, and to encourage parents. Again, if you're just now tuning in and you missed it, try and use everyday life. Try to make it in their world. They're playing with Legos. Make a math problem with Legos. Bust out the dice, the Yahtzee. That's next for, I think, our 4-year-old. We're gonna see if she can get the theory of Yahtzee down. But those games, gaming math, and if things get too tough, you have this great resource called Brainly, Brainly.com, which is free. Kids helping other kids in a myriad of subjects. Biology, chemistry, physics, math, all of those things, even history, foreign languages. You should check it out. Patrick, again, thanks for the time. Appreciate you spending some time with us on our Morning Mix Social.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
You bet. Take care.